Today we will be working on continuing to write the amount of coins and bills using the proper symbols. We will also be continuing the work with our vocabulary to recognize the value of individual coins and bills. We're going to take it a little bit further today and be able to start our process towards being able to determine if there is too little, just enough, or more than enough H's. Today we are going to be reviewing the symbols greater than, less than, and equal to help us compare amounts of money.
All right. So we know our learning target is not just can you add up the amount of money, but you have to figure out, is there enough money to buy this thing? This is an important life skill, you guys. When you become older and you are in charge of buying stuff, you have to know, do I have enough money? Can I buy this bag of apples today? Yes or no? That's what our parents do all the time. They look at how much money they have, and then they make decisions about what they can buy at the grocery store and things like that. So this is important stuff today. I see some quiet hands. Thank you very much. Maberly, go ahead. Right, and even especially when you want to buy extra things, when you want to buy something that you want, but you don't need it, you have to determine, do I have enough money? Honesty, your turn.
So this is why my mom be doing this at the store. She's like, here, and that's why.
Yeah.
Because it's payment.
Yeah. Have you ever been at the grocery store and they tell you how much money, and then your family says, oh, we have to put something back. We can't afford this today. That's happened to me. When you're in the line and you say, oh, I guess we can only get one box of cereal, not two. Let's put one back. That's why, because you have to know, how much money do I have? Can I buy this thing? Yes, Kaylee.
My mom is like, don't ask for nothing, don't look at nothing, don't touch nothing.
Don't even think about asking, right?
We even touch something like, what you doing?
Right, because parents know they work hard at their jobs for their money. I only have this much. I can't be buying all this other stuff. That's a real life skill. And so as a kid, you have to learn, can I count money? And do I have enough to make a purchase? Gloria, are you going to share? Go ahead, Gloria. Sometimes. Right. Sometimes there might be leftover money and your parent says, okay, you can pick one thing. Because your parent did the math and they knew, okay, we have a little bit extra. Okay, so today we're going to talk about comparing numbers. We're going to skip this brain pop today, but in your work time today, if you want to go back and watch the comparing numbers video, you can. You need to know that when you count money, you have to know, do I have more money or less money than what this thing costs? It's just comparing numbers, okay? It's good to have an idea of what you're doing. All right, so we're going to get into our task today, and we're going to start by watching this video. I'm looking for friends who are focusing their attention, listening to instruction. How can we compare amounts of money?
Hi, this is Mrs. Gonzalez. This is chapter 17.3, comparing money amounts. Remember, your objective is going to be compare value of sets of money. So that's what you're going to learn today, is comparing values of sets of money. Let's go through vocabulary first. We need to know our vocabulary words. Dollar sign. That's what this looks like. Ching. Then we have decimal point. Decimal point is the point that is separating the hundreds place from the tens and ones place. A work mat. Let's look at our work mat quickly. We have to make $1.83. So this is review. The $1 is hundreds because it takes 100 pennies to make that. So I'm going to put my $1 in my hundreds place because it takes 100 pennies to make that. Then we have our tens place, which is 8 or 80. So I'm going to put in 8 dimes. Now, I am not good at drawing, you know that, so I'm going to label it D for dimes. And we know that dimes are 10 cents, so we can count it up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Then I have my last but not least, ones. I have 3 of those. Those are pennies. And that's how I count out my money to see if I have enough or if I'm going to compare. Let's get to a lesson quickly. Now, if I have one group of money and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarters. Who remembers what a quarter is worth? You're right. A quarter equals 25 cents. And then I have another group, and it has one big dollar, which is $1. And then I have 3 nickels. And who remembers what nickels are worth? Nickels equal 5 cents. Okay, now I need to compare these two. So in order to compare them, I need to count out my money. So I have 25, 50, 75, a dollar, 25. So I'm going to do a dollar sign, $1, a point, 2, 5. Now we're going to look over here. I know I have a dollar, but let's count our nickels. 5, 10, 15. So I have a dollar sign, 1.15. So I know I would rather have $1.25 over $1.15. So I am going to make the $1.25 greater and be happy to take that. Does that make sense to you?
So what this video is showing is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some word problems. We're going to count up money, and then we're going to compare them. We're going to say which amount of money is greater, which is less. Let's find our task together and let's get started. Join me on Seesaw. Click on Activities, Assign to Class folder, and we are in blue folder for math. Blue, math. Open up our task. It's your only math task today. It's called Comparing Collections of Money. Today you still get to practice counting money, but you also get to compare and say which amount is greater. Go ahead and skip slide number 2, please. We're not going to start with that. We're going to go to slide number 3. Don't cross it out, just skip it right now. Go to slide number 3, and we're going to start here together. Slide number 3.
With the cost of a pack of Pokemon cards. So the pack of Pokemon cards is $1.87. James has 5 quarters, 3 dimes, and 7 pennies. Here is my workspace. So I'm going to draw those 5 quarters. So I'm just going to make some circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to label those with 25 because that is the cost or the value of each of these coins. And then I'm going to keep doing that with the rest of them. So 3 dimes. So 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's pause right there. You are going to work through the example with Miss Sharp. So she just drew 5 quarters in her workspace. I want you to do the same. Draw a model showing 5 quarters in your workspace. Do that now. Perfect. You've got it. Good. You can put 25 cents on there, or you could put a Q on there. However you know to draw a model. Good. Awesome. So Miss Sharp labeled each one 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Okay, next we're going to see Miss Sharp. She's now going to draw her 3 dimes. And then she's going to label them. I want you to do the same job. You're going to draw 3 dimes just like Miss Sharp.
So that's 10, 10. I need to make those bigger next time. And 10. And 7 pennies. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those are 1 cent each. So I labeled them all with a 1.
All right, now draw your pennies. 7 pennies, each is worth 1 cent. Go ahead and draw your model now, checking that your model matches Miss Sharp's model. She's showing you how you can draw a model of the work. Give me a thumbs up when you have got that. You feel confident about your model and the values. Awesome, lots of friends already. Yes, Ashley. Thank you, I'm waiting a little bit. Friends on Zoom, I hope you are paying attention to our instruction and showing your model on Seesaw. I will be checking work today to see your correct work. So while we're finishing drawing our model, this is an example of a real life situation. If you have some money to spend and you want to buy Pokemon cards, you have to know how much money you have and if you have enough to buy it. Let's keep going to see how Miss Sharp adds the collection to find the value and how she compares which amount is greater.
Now I'm going to change colors and I am going to count up my coins. So I'm going to start here with pennies. I've got 7 pennies, they're each worth 1, so I know that that is 7 cents. My dimes, I'm going to count by tens. So 10, 20, 30. And then my quarters, I'm going to use my counting quarters, 25, 50, 75, $1. And then repeat that continuing up. So 25, 50, 75, $1, $1.25. So I know that in quarters, I have $1.25, which is the same as 125 cents, using that 100 or $1.25. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add. I'm going to add up that $1.25 25 or 125 cents plus my 30 and 7. I know that 30 plus 7 is 37, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this 37. And I know that that is 37 cents. So I'm going to put a decimal here, and it has $0. It's just cents. I'm going to add them up. I start with my ones. 5 plus 7 is 12. So 2, I regroup that 1 10 into the tens here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 tens. And I'm going to keep this, I'm going to keep this decimal point here. And then add up my hundreds. 1 plus 0 is 1. So James R. has $1.62 or 162 cents.
All right, I'm gonna back that video up again. And this time I want you to follow along with her. I want you to show the addition where you're adding $1.25 plus the 30 cents plus the 7 cents. So let's back it up just a little bit so we can see how she did that again.
Which is the same as 125 cents, using that 100 or $1.25. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add. I'm going to add up that $1.25 or 125 cents.
So right now on your workspace, you're recording $1.25. Write it down and set up your addition problem. Okay, now she's going to show how she's going to add 30 plus 7 to make 37 cents. Let's watch her and let's show the same thing on our page.
Plus my 30 and 7. I know that 30 plus 7 is 37, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this 37. And I know that that is 37 cents. So I'm going to put a decimal here, and it has $0. It's just cents. I'm going to add them up. I start with my ones. 5 plus 7 is 12. So 2, I regroup that 1 10 into the tens here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 tens. And I'm going to keep this, decimal point here. And then add up my hundreds. 1 plus 0 is 1. So James R. has $1.62 or 162 cents.
So check that you have added correctly the same amount that Ms. Sharp had. James R. has $1.62 or $1.62. Good, awesome job tracking along with the video instruction. I'm really impressed, you guys. Okay, so now we know how much James has. Now the question is, can he buy this pack of Pokemon cards? It costs $1.87. So now we need to compare. Thinking about ones, tens, and hundreds. Can he purchase this? Let's watch to see what Miss Sharp does. So we're ready for our work today.
I'm going to add that here, 1.62. And just like my numbers, I'm going to compare starting with the hundreds. So I'm going to look starting at the hundreds, and I see that this one has 100. This also has 100. 6 tens, 8 tens. 6 tens is less than 8 tens. So I know that $1.62 is less than $1.87. So I'm going to move my less than symbol up into the circle.
So Ms. Sharp started by looking at the hundreds. Both of these have 100 cents. So she said, okay, the hundreds are the same. Then she moved and looked at the tens places. Now she's looking at the cents. 6 tens is less than 8 tens. So we know this whole amount of money is smaller than this amount, okay? That's what we're going to practice today. After you count up the money, you're going to compare and use the greater than, less than, or equal to symbols. All right, let's go to slide number 4. Slide number 4. We're going to try this one on our own, and then we're going to share out as a class. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to work by yourself. Try this one on your own. Draw a model, find the sum of the money, and compare to see if the mermaid slime can be purchased. You have 3 minutes to work now, then we'll share out together. You may begin. I see lots of amazing work happening right now. So we're going to do this problem together. Okay. $2. Lots of us drew dollar bills with a 1. And we added up to have $2. Next, 4 dimes. Each of these is 10 cents, so you can count by tens. I saw lots of friends grouping it to say, this is 40 cents together. 6 nickels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are my nickels, which are 5 cents each. So you could count 5 fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 cents altogether. And 1 quarter, 25 cents. I saw lots of different strategies. People did all different kinds. This is just the way my brain works. I like to make groups, then I can add them up together. So you have $2 plus 40 plus 30 plus 25 cents. When we add all of them together, I saw lots of friends who already had this. They recorded $2.95. Awesome. You should feel proud of yourself right now if you were able to find the sum. Especially if you did it a different way than me, that means you are exercising your math brain. You're getting stronger. You're not just waiting for the teacher. You're trying it on your own. That's really important in 3rd grade. So after you find the amount, you need to compare. $2 or 200s compared to 300s. We know 300 is more than 200. $3 is more than 2. So this side is greater. So we select the symbol. We put the open side by the greater number to eat the greatest number. So question for you, thinking real world. Pretend you're Maria and you have your eye on the mermaid slime. Do you have enough to buy it?
No.
Maria doesn't, right? She only has $2.95. She needs more to buy the mermaid slime. This is what your task is today. I've seen really good work. I think we're going to rock it this afternoon. Friends on Zoom, it's now time for your lunch and recess. When it is your work time, you will finish the slides. Starting on slide number 5, finish them. When you get to slide number 8, there is a link here to quizzes where you can practice money. So your job, your task is to finish all the slides, complete the quizzes, reflect on your success today. How did you feel comparing numbers? Then you'll turn it in with the green check.